Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Tuesday, August 9th, 2016, when I'm recording this show. It's 3:43 in the afternoon, and this is day 6 of the dog days of podcasting, where where I'm going to try to be grammatically correct, where several other podcast nerds and I attempt to do a show a day for the next 30 days, and I have about 24 days left. I'm enjoying doing the dog days of podcasting. I'm really enjoying listening to them actually as well. One that I've only heard one episode of. By the way, if you're a regular Rock and Roll Geek listener, friend of the show, thank you for listening, friends. I know a friend of the show, Zach Erlocker, sent me an email, says I've been listening to the dog days of podcasts, and it's interesting, but I'd like more music commentary and less non-musical comments or non-musical topics. Well, Zach, I'm going to play your Cheap Trick show review probably tomorrow. I've played other show reviews from you, Zach, but thank you for donating too, by the way, Zach Erlocker. Zach Erlocker. I cannot read. But today is going to be a non-musical show. I apologize, Zach. So what is it going to be about? I don't know, but I do know this. I need a beer really bad. I just now got home from work, and I'm just opening up this fine Tecate. Oh, that's good. First Tecate of the day. And you know what they say? The first one is always the best, friends. So I'm cooking dinner today. I subscribe to what's called a CSA. I subscribe to a couple of CSAs, actually. A CSA, for people who don't know, means Community Supported Agriculture, which means there is a farm. I actually subscribe to a seafood CSA and a meat CSA. The meat CSA is a farm in it's called Terra Firma Farms up in Petaluma. They do farming the way this guy, Joel Salinger, does farming. It's where the cows eat the grass. The cows are all in an open grass field. They eat a section of grass. Then they move on to another section of grass. And the chickens follow the cows. And they eat the poop they eat the bugs from the cow poop. Then they scoot up. Then they scratch the ground, and then they push the cow poop, and it fertilizes the ground, and the pigs follow them, and it's an endless cycle. And supposedly, it is the perfect way of farming. It's not like these feedlots where you see all these cows that are standing in what looks like brown dirt. I don't know if you've ever been down I-5 heading to L.A., but there's Harris Ranch. And there's a big feedlot full of cows, and they're all standing in this brown dirt. Well, it's not brown dirt. They're standing in their own crap. Anyway, Joel Salinger does it this way, and this farm, Terra Firma Farms, follows Joel Salinger's way of farming. And they send meat every month. They actually have a vegetable meat share as well. I subscribe to the meat share, and most people on the meat share... Pardon me, I need to take another sip of this fine Tecate. I am thirsty, friends. Oh, that is good. Most people, when they order meat from the Terra Firma Farms meat share, they'll order like griller packages. They'll get they'll either get chicken, which is free-range chicken. They'll get eggs, which I do get the eggs, and sometimes I get the chicken as well. Or they'll get the griller package, which means it comes with hamburger meat, ribeye steaks, tenderloin steaks, pork chops, pork tenderloin, things like that. But I always send them an email and ask them if they could please send me either offal meat, which is not, it's not awful, but it is called offal or awful. I don't know how you pronounce it. OFFAL. It is the liver, it's the kidneys, it's the heart. I will ask them for pig's feet, and my favorite thing to get from them is beef cheeks. Sometimes I'll get pork cheeks as well. The cheek, in my opinion, is the best part of any animal. When Chiaki and I when Chiaki and I went salmon fishing, we didn't get any salmon, but I did before that. When I got the salmon, Chiaki helped me butcher the salmon, and I cut the cheeks out of the salmon, and it was the best part of that salmon. I ate it raw, and my daughter, and may she live in peace, my daughter, no longer here. My daughter and my family took me out to Father's Day once and to this restaurant near my house, and I had lamb cheeks, and it was the best meal. It was the best meat I've ever tasted in my life. So I noticed that when I went up to the Terra Firma Farms, they had an open house one time, and you could go in there and buy meat right there. And I noticed they had beef cheeks on their list. So I said, well, the lamb cheeks I had were so delicious, I got to try the beef cheeks. And I asked the guy how he cooked the lamb cheeks, and he said he sous vide it. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sous vide is how you pronounce it, I think. It's a technique of cooking where I think it's French for under vacuum. And I may have talked about this on the last year's Dog Days, but I'm going to talk about it again. He sous vide it for 72 hours. So I now do it. So now I had got beef cheeks, and I put them in the sous vide, and they've been going for just about 72 hours, actually. I took the beef cheeks, put them in a plastic thing. I put some olive oil, some salt and pepper, and some herbs from the backyard. I think I put some rosemary and some oregano and some thyme from the backyard. And it's been going now for about 72 hours. And I'm having that for dinner tonight. I can't wait to take it out. And then once you take it out of the sous vide, you dry it, and you either put it on the grill or you throw it in a pan, searing hot pan, and you sear it really fast. Sometimes I will take a torch, and I'll torch it too. Chiaki got me this torch called, what the hell is that torch? Iwatani torch. He either got it for me or I got it myself. I don't remember. He told me about the Iwatani. You go to the sushi bars, and if you see them searing, sometimes you'll see them holding a torch over some fish or something to sear it. Sometimes I'll sear the beef cheeks with that. Let me tell you, friends, it is the most fabulous part of the cow. So I'm having that for dinner tonight. I'm making that with some mashed potatoes, and I'm going to cook some mushrooms up with some duck fat and butter together. I'm going to saute the mushrooms. I'm going to mash the potatoes, and I got some artichokes. Artichokes are in season right now. I got a bunch. I got them at the Chinese grocery store, 3 for $1. So I'm going to cook up 6 artichokes and some mashed potatoes and sautéed mushrooms and some seared beef cheeks. And I cannot wait to eat it. I'm just hungry thinking about it. So that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. If you have a meat share in your town, I would suggest you. It's the best way to get meat. It's way better than the grocery store, which is. It's mostly corn-fed. Sometimes you'll get grass-fed, but it's way more expensive. And the beef cheeks from the meat share from the CSA is I don't know, it's about $3 a pound or something like that. Maybe $5 at the most per pound. Compared to the other cuts of meat you get there, which are like $25 or $30 a pound. So this is really a bargain. And it tastes better than steak. It is like butter when you eat it. Beef tasting butter. Oh, so good, so good. So that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. I also subscribe to a seafood CSA. Chiaki and I went to the Sea Forager tour. There was this guy named Kurt Lombardo. If you ever watch Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern on the Travel Channel, when he came out to San Francisco and he was with a guy out in the rocks catching monkey face eel. This guy, and he was with this guy Kirk Lombardo, and that guy is this guy who gives the Sea Forager tours. And the guy is awesome. The guy is absolutely amazing. He showed us how to catch monkey fish. He showed us how to forage for mussels in the bay, seafood, catch crabs in the bay. The guy and how to cast a net. He was a very, very interesting guy. And it turns out this guy has also a seafood CSA. So I subscribe to his CSA, and every Wednesday I will get some seafood. It's for a dinner for two, but it's usually a big dinner for two. So with me and Brian and my wife here now, it's enough for us. Tomorrow, live abalone is coming, red abalone, and I cannot wait. Last time he had red abalone, it was fantastic. I've never had abalone before, believe it or not. And I used his recipe and was one of the best things I've ever tasted. So I'm looking forward to getting that tomorrow. I'm going to bread that in. I'm going to dip it in egg, first pound it. They're small. They're about the size of, I don't know, maybe as big around as a baseball, maybe a little bit smaller. Or a large silver dollar, bigger than a silver dollar. Anyway, it's about big around as your fist. Pound those down. I'm going to dip those in egg and then some breadcrumbs, then put them in the pan, and they are so good, friends, so good. So that's my food talk. I also have an audio comment. I'm going to get this audio comment down really quickly, okay, friends? Thank you. Thank you for listening, by the way.
Hi, Michael Butler. This is Carrie Justice from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, Carrie Justice. A female listener? No. And by the way, she is Anthony Justice. I think you're Anthony Justice's girlfriend or wife.
My husband just gave a review on Degeneration in New York for a show that we went to. And when I was listening to the show, you seemed actually shocked that a woman was listening to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Well, long-time listener, I think second-time caller. I called once, many, many years ago for the Loaded show in Nashville.
I don't remember that.
I also want to let you know that, my favorite show was the review of the Joe Perry Project, Let the Music Do the Talking, probably one of the funniest reviews I've heard. So.
Well, I'm not sure what was funny about it. I don't remember that review, but that is a fantastic album. I was probably talking about all the drugs that were being consumed when that record was being made. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad you liked it, Carrie Justice.
Keep on keeping on, and stay frosty, my friend.
Stay frosty. You, too, can leave me an audio comment, just like Carrie Justice, wife of the great Anthony Justice, listener and friend of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. He and his wife are friends of the Rock and Roll Geek Show. You, too, can leave me an audio comment. Area code 706-621-ROCK. That's area code 706-621-7625. Or you can send me an email with an MP3 to rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, like Zach Erlocker, who doesn't really like the non-musical shows. But for him, I'm going to play a Cheap Trick show review from him later on in the week. On Thursday, I am going to go see Peter Wolf with my friend David Benda. I can't wait. I saw him last time he came here. It was at Yoshi's for the Midnight Souvenirs album. He's got a new album out now called A Cure for Loneliness. It is a very mellow album. It's good. It's good listening. It's not really good for me to play on the Rock and Roll Geek Show because it would probably put some people to sleep. But it's a nice album of nice songs, but it's not very upbeat. But Midnight Souvenirs is a great album, and that's when I saw him at Yoshi's. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Peter Wolf is, in my opinion, the best front man of all time. If you don't know who Peter Wolf is, he's the singer for the Jay Giles Band, and the guy is fantastic. Dances on stage, talks the shit he says between the songs is fantastic. Best frontman in the world, in my opinion. And David Ben and I have tickets, and we're going on Thursday. I'm going to bring my trusty Edirol R09 and do another live bootleg. I did a live bootleg when he played at Yoshi's. I'm going to do it again this time. That's what I'm going to close out the show today with, friends. Peter Wolf song. This is from Midnight Souvenirs. This is called I Don't Want to Know. Thank you for listening to this on the Dog Days of Podcasting. I'll talk to you tomorrow, friends, with another episode. I hope you're liking these Dog Days episodes if you're a regular Rock and Roll Geek listener. And if you're a Dog Days subscriber, I'm enjoying listening to all of your shows, and I hope you're enjoying these. It might be a little too music for you. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can always skip through them. I want to say about one show that I did listen to. A woman does a sewing show. I'm hooked. I've heard one episode, and I don't even care about sewing, but I'm hooked now. I want to hear more episodes from the girl who does the sewing shows. I might want to have you on the Rock and Roll Geek Show, sewing lady. I don't know what your name is, but I love your show. Absolutely love it. All right, here's Peter Wolf. Find me at rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Don't ask. We'll talk to you tomorrow, friends.
Cause I don't wanna hear every word you say sounds so insincere. Don't try to explain, I've heard it all before. I don't wanna hear, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna hear the things you have to say. Oh, it's sad to see you look at me that way. Don't try to explain, just lie to me some more. I don't wanna hear, I don't wanna know. Been down that road before. Ain't going down that road no more. Don't try to explain, cause I don't wanna see, even though it's there right in front of me. Don't try to explain, I'm looking at the floor. I don't wanna hear, I don't wanna know. Been down that road before. Ain't going down that road no more. No more, baby. No, I can't deny the way you make me feel. No, that doesn't mean I thought you were for real. Don't try to explain, just lie to me some more. I don't wanna hear, I don't wanna know. 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 I'm walking down the street, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna hear,
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.